Du-du-du-du-du. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, well, a weird time to go live for me. Kind of out of the blue, but I'm going to be checking out this Higs audio. I saw like a YouTube comment about it and a few other things about it, and decided that I would take a look at it. Excuse me. But yeah, I saw it and I was like, oh, this looks pretty interesting. It's open sourced. It's a new text-to-speech model, and we'll be able to, I guess, take a look at it, install it, and check it out. How are my volume levels? I don't know what I feel like my volume levels are a little low on my microphone, but yeah, we could do this right here. Okay. So yeah. So weird time to go live, like I said, but was gonna look at this, found it was interesting, and decide, well, might as well go ahead and stream it. So yeah. I see some of you guys are coming in already. I've only been a minute in, so glad to see some comments streaming in. Full Dive, Mars Bar, Sunshine X. Thank you guys for coming into the chat. Doing well. I just decided that well, I was going through some comments and I saw someone recommend that I look at this Higs audio generation. I saw like a Reddit post about it, and then I was like, okay, well, seems like some people have already kind of gone over this, so might as well go and look at it, listen, and you know, just get my hands on it. So that's what we're going to be doing today in this little live stream. Don't know how long I'm going to be streaming for, but it's probably not going to be that long of a stream. This is kind of a spontaneous stream, as opposed to the ones I was doing earlier this week. But yeah, so I see you guys came in. Thank you guys for tuning in. And so without further ado, enough of me chit-chatting, enough of me talking. What is this Higs audio? Well, apparently this pre-trained model has been trained on 10 million hours of audio data and a diverse set of text data. So what that entails, I don't know, but it's safe to say that this pre-trained model has a ton of knowledge it can draw from, which is pretty crazy. So give me one. So let's we got a long audio sample here, 9 minutes. I guess we'll just take a listen to this 9-minute audio sample, and let me turn off my music and let's see.
Introducing version 2 of Higs audio generation. Announcing version 2 of Higs audio generation, our latest advancement in audio generation technology with enhanced multi-speaker and dialogue capabilities. Now open source. We are open sourcing Higs Audio v2, a powerful audio foundation model pre-trained on over 10 million hours of audio data and a diverse set of text data. Despite having no post-training or fine-tuning, Higs Audio v2 excels in expressive audio generators, including in generating evaluation annotated corpus, achieve excellent long.
Okay, cool. So I think this is just kind of like an audiobook version of this vlog or this blog here. So I gotta listen to the whole thing, but seems like a pretty generic voice from the sound of it at the beginning, but oftentimes the demos that these places release don't tell the full story on how good a model generally is. So yeah, looks like we've got some graphs here. It's always good to see graphs. We got high numbers on a graph. Wow, the numbers are above the other numbers, so big numbers, big good. Let's see. Key features: multi-speaker conversations can be tricky. Okay, so Higs can do multi-speaker conversations. Very nice. Long-form audio generation. We'll have to see if the long-form audio generation. We'll have to see how it's doing that. If it's just concatenating small generations together into one long audio form generation, that'll be interesting. Excuse me. Oftentimes it's hard to have the context window to generate like a 3-minute long audio file without having to chunk it out. So I guess we'll see how they do that here. high fidelity audio. Okay, from 16 to 24K. Nice. Always good to see it. Resource efficient inference. Alrighty. For the latest 3 billion. So 3 billion audio generation model requires at least a 4090. So fairly big. Leading performance. It says it beats ChatGPT 4.0. Now, 4.0 ChatGPT isn't really a high bar, in my opinion. Advanced voice mode would be the better measure, I think, for it to beat. Open source, of course, we love open source, and then trained on 10 millions of audio. So yeah, relies on sophisticated processing and annotation pipeline for automatic training data generation. Cool. So 3 voices cloning conversation. What is this video? We'll take a look at this video real quick. Slap it on.
Hi everyone, I'm planning to visit Seoul next week. Any good places that I should go? 재원아, 나 다음 주에 서울 가려고 하는데 갈 만한 좋은 곳 있으면 추천해 줄래?
서울 가요. 얼마나 있을 예정인데요? Oh, you're going to Seoul. How long will you be staying?
I'm planning on arriving on Friday evening and stay until Monday night, so that's about 4 days and 3 nights. 금요일 저녁에 도착해서 월요일 밤에 돌아오니까 3박 4일 정도네.
주말이 끼어 있네. 혹시 생각해둔 장소나 테마 있어요? 맛집이나 관광지 같은 거. That includes the weekend. Do you already have a theme or places in mind, like restaurants or tourist attractions?
Okay, so that's a cool little demo. I mean, we've seen that type of interaction before, so nothing too crazy. But it is nice to see that it is multilingual here. Let's see, 3 voices cloning conversation generation. Let's take a listen to this.
Donkey, look at this wee metal dragon. Cost me a king's ransom, and all it does is fry tatties.
That's a GPU, Shrek. You bought it to train AI for Swamp Visitor Alerts.
Aye, and it always says, right now, useless.
Should have asked it to predict when you'll stop wasting gold.
GPUs are like onions, layers, tears, and a terrible return on investment.
I stick to parfaits. Cheaper, tastier, no tensor cores.
And no overheating. Unlike someone I know.
Okay, cool. I think it got Donkey's voice pretty good, Shrek and Fiona. I think that wasn't too bad, so nice. Some key innovations, let's say. Okay, LLM, yes, of course. Tokenization, audio processing, automated pipeline that leverages auto speech recognition, audio understanding model. So it's an in-house audio understanding model. So probably not going to be open sourced. That is fairly important for like training a model like this. Okay, audio verse. The understanding model itself is fine-tuned. Okay. V4 network. Cool. Let's see. This is a separate thing, but communicate. The way to adjust the power to build a TTS system using a large.
A profound sense of realization washed over.
Okay. To verify that it works. Audio understanding. Okay. I'll have to look at this more off stream, I think. That's diving off a little bit to the first model. So just some more technical data stuff, more technical stuff here. I think what's going to be cool is just getting it up and going and then installing it so that we can test it out on the stream here. So let's go ahead and do that. Hop on over into the GitHub repository to see what stuff they're cooking in here. Okay, installation. Recommend using NVIDIA Deep Learning Container to manage the CUDA environments. Okay, direct install, pip install, our requirements, virtual environment, using UV. Okay, sweet. They have UV here. I like that. Okay. So, cool. I mean, that's pretty straightforward. I'll go ahead and do this. Go ahead, get it up and going inside of a repo. So, yep, everything runs on CUDA. There's no way around it, unfortunately. No one to blame except the people who didn't develop the alternatives. Alright, so let me go ahead and git clone this real quick. Yeah, definitely not. Most of my NVIDIA stuff has just ran very flawlessly. It's been great to say the least. Okay, so let me go ahead and open this guy up here. Okay, so here we go. Here we got Higs. Cool. CLS. Alrighty. What do we need to do? Activate. It wants us to do pip install with it. So, I mean, I guess we could just follow the pip install version of it. What's the chance in having an issue first try? Very likely. Very likely to have an issue first try here. It looks like we are already going to run into a little bit of issues here with Torch because it wants us to set this up in Ubuntu or Linux. So we need to actually go to PyTorch here, PyTorch, and install this. Like how Windows likes to get it installed. 2.7. I already have 2.7 on my computer, so I'm just gonna do this here. UV pip install. Or at least I should have it on my computer. I don't want to have to freaking pull it. Let me see. UV add. Usually there's always a nice little issue here. We're trying to do UV add stuff. Okay, here, let me pull some requirements from a previous project TOML. And let me set this up for CUDA or for PyTorch on Windows. Rough. Okay. I don't need that. No project table. Ooh, this isn't, I don't think this is set up in a way that's compatible. What's up, random TTS, or random person? What TTS is this? This is gonna be Higs audio. So yeah. Yeah, an AI release is not an AI release without a bunch of PyTorch things going on. Okay, so I don't like how it's going about the install here. So I am just going to delete the virtual environment here, and then I'm gonna get this set up naturally with UV. So give me a moment. What's the best model I'd recommend for a visual novel? Visual novel, probably. I'm assuming anime voices or something similar. So I would go with GPT Selvits. GPT Selvits is generally pretty good for that type of stuff. Any real-time voice changer for PC or Android? There is one for PC. You have W Okada, which uses RVC, and can also use Beatrice models. And then you also have Seed VC, but that's not really a fleshed-out project. And then you have the RVC repository itself that you could use too. All right, so project already initialized. This is a uh, 311. Okay. I think I can do UV add requirements too. Okay, so I think I could do that. UV add, but first, before I do that, I wanna drag some. Dependencies from another repo. Don't need this. This should be fine. Higs. Okay, so save that. UV add our requirements dot txt. Alright. So this should go ahead and do its installation. And then we should be ready to go, but let's see what we got here. Cannot install on. Okay. DAC. So there's an issue with DAC, huh? Great. Failed to build number. Okay. Maybe not compatible. Yeah, but I don't want to use Python 3.10. Okay. Requirements. Okay, so there we go. Should be good to go. Should be good to go. I think everything is now in there correctly. Number. Okay, number was causing the issue. Well, we've got different packages and different versions for the packages running. We'll see. We'll see if that works and or whatnot. But yeah, 12. Interesting. Well, if your machine's already equipped with 24 gigabytes of memory, well, we might be screwed here. I mean, it is a pretty big model. It says 3 bill, right? 3 billions. All right. All right, script. Oh, we already have a main.py. We've got a test. How about test audio? Oh, interesting. There's a whole system prompt and everything with this. Okay, well that adds some that makes it a little interesting. I guess kind of similar to what was that Hugging Face model? There was a Hugging Face model that Parlor, I think, that allowed you to do like a instruction prompt. That is very interesting. So I bet we're gonna run into an issue by doing this, unless it automatically downloads these models for me. Generate audio following instructions. Scene description. Start audio is recorded from a quiet room. Message. It's a connection error. Okay, so I need to export my Hugging Face token. To do this. How do I create a Hugging Face token on here without showing you guys it? Because I need to copy it. We'll go like this. We'll go like this. Alright, give me a moment. I am getting some Hugging Face tokens. Hugging Face. Hugging Face token. Okay, I think we have what we need. So put YAML. We'll open personal token YAML as and do Hugging Face token. Nice. And then I forgot how to set up the token for the environment. How to set up token for this environment in script here. Right. We'll wait for the magic to come along to set up the token here, and should we get to go? But let's hop back on into here. Brave. List of examples, following a highlight. Not specify reference force. Okay. Okay. I wonder what license this is. Apache 2.0. Okay. Apache 2.0. What's Xcodec license? MIT. Okay. Cool. I think this is fully open licensing and everything like that. And then we should have everything up and going. So here we go. We got the script downloading the files here. And yeah, we'll just have to wait for the 4 gigabytes, 5 gigabytes almost here to get downloaded. So hello there. Good morning to wherever you are in the world. I was like, I am streaming right now and it's basically nighttime, so I was a little concerned that nobody would tune in to the stream. It would have just been me covering the Higs audio by myself, which is, I guess, not the case. So glad to see that some people are coming in here. It's always a trip. You got people across the world watching me, so if you just are tuning in, currently we are going over this this Higs audio text-to-speech model. It literally just got released, I think. like a few days ago or something like that. About a week ago. And yeah, it already has a 5.5k stars here. That is wild. I wonder what people are saying on the GitHub page. Voice to voice type of thing. Okay, people are already asking a lot of stuff here. Speech to speech interaction. We're working on a post-trained model. Oh, well, that'll be cool if we can specify emotions and the whatnot here. Fine-tuning and training, of course. Training script for the existing log. Interesting. Seems to have messed up the model. Okay, so I guess people are working on a fine-tuning script for this, so that's always good to see. Yeah. Hi, Joni. Thank you for tuning in. TTS space is still in an awkward space right now, where it's hard to know which model has which feature. It definitely, yeah. It's kind of the Wild West out here, where it's basically just tribal knowledge, figuring out which text-to-speech is the best. I'd say there are models that I generally lean towards for specific applications or specific purposes. But yeah, nothing has been really standardized. Like, for example, I will go towards like GPT Sovets if I need Japanese or English audio for, let's say, like dialogue for like anime characters and stuff like that, because it seems to be fairly good for that. But for narration style text, I don't think GPT Sovets is the best for that. Probably something, that's where I go towards like F5 TTS or even the new DMO Speech 2 for like narration, audiobook style stuff. Yeah, it's pretty much still a case by case on trying to figure out what's the best for your system. It's very hard. Nari Dia Labs, how's the work going on with that? I fine-tuned like 1 or 2 models with Nari, and it wasn't too bad, but I never continued with Nari. I didn't think the quality was like, for a single speaker, I didn't think the quality was what I would need, or there are other ones that could do single speakers just as good or better than Nari and were faster. DMO Speech 2 is very fast. DMO Speech 2 is the fastest text-to-speech that has been released, I think, in 2025 that we've come across it, that I've come across. We've had, like, Kokoro TTS released this year, but Kokoro TTS was, I believe, a very highly curated, fine-tuned run of Style TTS 2, maybe with some parameter changes in the model. But as far as fast speech goes, it's very fast, and the quality of it is, I'd say, I need to do more testing with it, but it's supposed to rival or be better than F5 TTS, because it uses F5 TTS as kind of the trainer for DMO, so I understand. Interesting. I mean, for your use case, dual speakers, that's definitely the workflow for Nari Labs Dia. That is 100%, I think, how they intended for it to be used. But oh my goodness, it says we have 3 shards we need to download, and it's 12 gigs. 12 gigs for this model to finish downloading. Man, is it really that huge? Yeah, it is. Oh, okay. 12 gigs? 12 gigs. Man, man, I should just like pop open like a video game or something and play video games while it's downloading. Usually that's what I do when I'm waiting for the models to finish downloading. Just throw in a video game and play it for the time being. What do we got? The same download is going, and I don't even know if my download is I don't even know if like my packages are set up correctly. If they're not set up correctly, I'm just gonna set this up in WSL2 just to get things going a little bit better. Yeah. Despite how cutting edge the technology is, we are still limited by the freaking internet speeds. I think my house only gets copper, and doesn't have fiber, so I'm limited a little bit with the download speeds. And even then, it depends on how fast the server is gonna give it to you. Yep, definitely not into 400 billion parameter mixture of speech LLMs. Like if I was, well, actually, I take it back. I did install 128 gigs of RAM onto my computer because I wanted to try to get some of the GGML models going, or the GIGAF models on CPU going. But I mean, what's the practicality of that? I mean, I'm downloading at 4 megabytes per second, so fairly fast. So we should, if you just do the math, what is it? 12,000 divided by 10 comes out to what, 1,200, and 1,200 divided by 60 is 20 minutes. I think I did the mental math there correctly. 20 minutes to get this all up and going. Old chap, thank you for tuning in. What's the best solution for RVC voice changing? Okada's fork is said to the best. We'll also be considering a video on this fork. I didn't know that there's a fork of W Okada. I'll take a look at that. Yeah, I didn't know there was a fork of the voice changer, so I'd really have to look at it. Huh. Okay, so it says it looks like what this is a more optimized version of W Okada. That's always nice to see. I'll have to see. I'll have to take a look at that, play around with that, see if it's any better. I haven't really been looking too much at the voice changers before recently. This week I took a look at some of the voice changers. Might dive into making a tutorial for those once again, because I think the older videos I have on them are fairly outdated. So I know people in the comments always let me know that my videos are outdated, and well, if I get some time, I think I'll be working on some of those. So we'll see. 400 billion, 17 billion active at around 10 tokens per second. Yeah, 10. It depends on like what application it's being used for. Like real-time stuff, I probably 10 tokens per second. That's not enough. So I don't know. It could be, but yeah, I feel like I would need at least like 30 to 40 for like code bases and stuff like that. Linux specific memory mapping. If it works on WSL2, I'm sure it could work, but yeah. Yeah, no, my internet is not up to spec for that type of stuff, so that's why I said, like, you know, I got like 20 minutes on the download. I'll usually just throw open like a video game or something and play it, because video games do not take up memory bandwidth. Now, are you doing Torch compile on Linux or WSL? I feel like I've tried to get compile to work on Windows, and it's kind of just hellish. I tried getting it working with Zonos compile at least, and it worked once, and then afterwards, it wasn't working for Zonos, and I couldn't figure out why. And I didn't want to spend many hours looking into why it stopped working. So. Well, that's pretty good. Windows, you're getting 100 tokens per second on Windows. That's pretty good, especially for 2080 Ti. But I heard 2080 Ti is fairly solid, right? Was it 11 gigs of VRAM and solid speeds? Yeah. I think the 2080 Ti was one GPU that I considered for getting for like a second desktop just to try out for used GPUs, but I just decided on the 3060, so ended up just doing that instead. That's pretty good. Okay. Okay. Well, I'll have to look into the compile stuff. I know with Chatterbox TTS, another guy was working on optimizing it, and they optimized it to hit about 120 tokens per second on Chatterbox TTS. I still gotta go and make a video about Chatterbox TTS fine-tuning, but haven't been able to have time to organize my code for that. Chatterbox TTS, what are we looking at? Reddit, compile speed boost. I'll just throw something like that. Reddit. I think this was it right here. Robert is this guy's name. Fast. Yeah, this one used compile, and we were getting like 100 tokens per second on there, so that was pretty solid. Okay. Well, we've got the home stretch is coming along here. We've got one more shard to finish up downloading. I'm like, is this all gonna fit on my? This is all gonna fit on my GPU, right? It's all gonna fit. I think it's gonna fit. I guess we'll see. We'll have to see. I'm using 4 gigs of VRAM already, so. Max cache deprecated for all cache classes. Excuse me. Get max cache issues. Alrighty, let's before I even get there, I'll just get into here's cache. Where's any cache issues? It's probably nothing to do with it. Yeah, probably not. Yeah, probably no issues with this yet. Interesting. VRAM issues. I mean, I definitely could see it. Sometimes on Windows, I don't get CUDA like out of memory issues. Sometimes it just loads it onto my CPU RAM. So I don't know if that's what's gonna happen here. So home stretch. 2 gigs or tokenizer. Okay. Another model. What other model is this? Hugging face. What do we got here? Higs. This is the other Higs model, I guess. Higs audio tokenizer. So we've got the actual text-to-speech model, and then we've got the audio tokenizer. Okay, cool. I can understand. Alrighty. No problemo. No problem. Not really doing anything too interesting at the current moment, so, yeah. Oy. What do we got? A required privilege is not held by the client. Alrighty. Well, let me make sure my token isn't exposed in this error. Weird. Alright, we are running one more time. And we've got more stuff to download. Okay. So we'll figure that out. Havoc Styles, is that the command that you use to run it with an audio named Belinda? I think. What do we got? What do we got here? Oh, no, they have an audio here. Belinda. Oh, nice. Okay. We're done. Let's see what we got.
The sun rises in the east and sets in the west. This simple fact has been observed by humans for thousands of years.
Nice. Alright, cool. Well, that's nice. The sun, blah, 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 blah. So that is done. Where are the model voice prompts? There we go. Twas the night before. Let's see.
'Twas the night before my birthday.
Oh, that's Belinda. Okay. Yeah, we have that here. Here we go. We'll do the generation. here's the issue is these are using backslashes, and Windows does not like backslashes. Can you convert this so I can copy and paste into PowerShell? Oh my god. Alright, UV run. Okay, nice. Here we go. Ah, shoot. No module named Boston Multimodal. Kidoki. I did not install this into the environment. So let's drag out example. Generation. Let me just drag out. This example. Wait a second. Alrighty. Belinda. I wonder how it's finding the reference audio. Something that I don't like too much. Voice prompts, Higs, voice prompts, Belinda. Yeah, something that I don't like too much about some of these repositories that are shared is that there's a lot of hard-coded values for where to find things. I mean, it's not their issue, it's generally my issue, just to make it work better, but I always run into it, and it takes a decent chunk of time to resolve. So let me move this one level up and we should be good here. Epibox, welcome. Yeah, it annoys. Okay, so it's not just me. All right, cool, great. Cause I swear to God, I am always I spend hours, like making things so that I can just pass to a function. All right, here's where the tokenizer is. Here's where the models are. Here's the reference audio, like so that I can pass the path without having it hard coded. Like I spend so much time doing that, and it's yeah, it annoys the heck out of me. I had a great experience with Claude Code the other day, though. I made a prompt or something like that to where it figured out how to modularize a library for me without needing me to do it. So I think we finally gotten to the stage to where I can just write a nice prompt, some instructions for Claude Code to follow, and it'll fix these things for me. Okay. Alrighty. We have the generation here. Let's see. Let's take a listen to this real quick. Right. RuneScape music off.
The sun rises in the east and sets in the west. This simple fact has been observed by humans for thousands of years.
Ooh. I actually like how this model sounds. Gasp. Oh my god, I'm using AI. Yes. You know, hey, that's the vibes are the future, right? Vibing my way through code. You know, it's always a trust but verify situation with code that the AIs generate. because oftentimes it's really good, but sometimes it strays away from my vision for how I want some things done. So yeah, that is the only issue I have with it right now. But yeah, AI is great as long as you don't let it completely take the wheel. I don't think we're there yet. All right, while true input, press enter to generate audio. Let's do start time. Alrighty, cool. There it is. I should be able to try this again. No, it's example prompt. Shoot. Where is it at? Test audio. What was it? Generation? PY? I think this was it. Okay, here. Let me change this up real quick. See, I did not try with Copilot or Pythagoras. Have you tried Claude Code, though? I feel like there's always a new tool to do everything else. But Claude Code, man, it's really surprised me for some things. It's really good, especially if you're able to guide it fairly well and you've got system prompts. It's fairly good at ironing out problems and doing rudimentary tasks like making sure all the hard-coded stuff is can be passed manually. Generating audio chunks. Where does it say? Okay, where are we at here? Chunks used for generation. Chunk 0. I think this is where I can add the... Hey, wait, no. I'll just benchmark it here inside of the test audio script. You need a cloud membership for it, so I mean, for what it's worth, Claude Code is probably the best system that I've come across recently for understanding some projects and actually being able to accomplish goals within a repository. Like sometimes I have, I mean, if you have a specific vision that you're trying to build out, probably, I would say it might be quicker to do it manually yourself. Like, for example, I wanted to build a Gradio interface, and I had a specific way on how I want to format buttons, tabs, all that stuff. So building it out myself was quicker. But if you're looking to do like a new thing or to add new features and stuff like that, I think Claude Code seems to be fairly good at that type of stuff. So it does require a $20 cloud membership, though. So okay, so audio is able to What do we output wave?
The sun rises in the...
Okay, so it looks like Higs audio is able to generate at a little bit faster, almost 1.5 real time. It has 4 seconds to generate 7 seconds of audio. Yeah, you can feed it some stuff and it'll just like go ham. Like I can show you real quick. Let me whip open Ubuntu WSL2. I can show you Cloud Code real quick. It literally just we'll scan through your repository, figure things out, and just start going ham on coding and suggestions. Am I going to... Well, let's see. For the audiobook maker tool, am I going to be able to get it compatible with Linux? I don't know. It's running with PySide 6, so maybe not. If you're able to launch it on Linux, you should be able to get it going. I am thinking of... what I'm doing for the audiobook maker is I am trying to think of a way to open it up to like API calls, so you could run a local server technically, or some type of server on your network, and then just make API calls to do the TTS generation. So I've got to figure out how all that stuff works. Fast API, I'm working with Fast API right now to work on kind of like a AI VTuber Neurosama project. So getting experience with that so that I can maybe implement that in some parts of my code. But yeah, I wish I was gonna show Claude Code, but I can't think of something to demonstrate it well with right now. So maybe I'll come up with like a YouTube video for that sometime later. Is there Italian language for this? Unfortunately, no. Mostly just I think it's just English. No, actually, I take it back. I saw them doing Korean here. It should be multilingual, but I don't know. I don't exactly know too much about the architecture of this model so far. Oh yeah. Yeah, for the audiobook maker, I've totally been thinking about that because I would love to be able to outsource the actual GPU intensive parts of the generation to, let's say, like the cloud or to another computer. So I mean, I was working with Beam Cloud. You might have seen in another video on like outsourcing it to like a cloud function, and that was fairly good. So I will be incorporating something like that into the audiobook maker. I think I'll go with Beam for it, but we'll see. Did it miss much? Did not miss too much yet. We have audio generation going, so that's great. But what I do want to do is, what do I want to do? I want to try this with a different voice. That's what I want to do. So let me go ahead and stop that there. Have I seen Dipple D1? I have not. Is that a new one? Dipple D1 TTS. What in the world is this? Dipple D1, world's first curved screen 3D AI character pod? Oh my goodness. Whoa, it says, hey, what is this? Kickstarter? Interesting. Is that what you're talking about, Epibox? That is interesting. Okay. Interesting. Alright, what is this? Well, let's pull it up on the browser. Got a Kickstarter project here. You got AI waifus on your desk. I'll mute this. Oceanocole, your name. Oh my goodness.
Watch it during dinner. Welcome back. What you doing tonight?
What in the world?
Oh,
Interesting. Hey. Start. Let's go back to this project so we can get it up and going. Wow. Interesting. Oh, that's interesting. It's got a camera. Wow. If this was open source, that would be pretty cool. You know what this reminds me? There was I got this guy on YouTube that I watch every so often. His name is Just Rayan. You guys might have seen him on YouTube. Let's see. This guy's fun. I think he's building like waifu stuff too. So I think I saw this video or something like that. But yeah, if anyone's gonna develop their waifu in person, this guy's gonna do it. This guy is gonna do it. Love his content. He's great. But yeah, no, it's wasn't 11 in Discord making something like this? No, I don't think 11's doing the desktop waifus. I think he's doing like virtual reality stuff, right? Something a little bit different. Man. But yeah, I'll keep that Kickstarter. I'll keep that Kickstarter in mind. That's an interesting one. Ah, shoot. What was I gonna do? I got sidetracked with the desktop waifus. I was gonna generate with a different audio file. All right. Let me throw in some Genshin Impact characters into here. We will use
tea parties.
My ears. All right, we'll use Farina. We'll name this .wave. Voice prompts. Farina. I think we have to do something like this. Farina.text. Throw this in there. Okay. Done. Alright, and then I think we can run this like, oh shoot. Yeah, GPT Self-It's, like I said, GPT Self-It's, I think for most applications, for dialogue, is fairly good. Especially if it's like, if you're trying to mimic anime style voices. But anything else, it's kind of rough around the edges. Alloy. Okay, so we could do UV run. Throw this in there. Transcript. Okay. And the reference audio, I think we can just change this to Farina. Generation. Ah, shit. What do we got? UV run. Example. Not example. Generation.py. Oh shoot. there we go. For text-to-speech, if I'm being honest, I always go back to GPT Sovets, because a lot of the stuff I use can be captured with GPT Sovets, so it's fairly good there. But recently there was like Chatterbox TTS, which came out. I think Chatterbox TTS is fairly good. And then I will probably, definitely, most certainly be using DMO Speech 2 because it's very fast, and I think it should be replacing Style TTS 2 because it's basically just a fast version of F5 TTS. Yeah, no, to remove the heavy accent, it's you would need to train a new base model. I think there was a new GPT Sovets model that was released. What do we got? GPT Sovets, GitHub. That was released like V2. It was like version 2 of a base 2 model or something like that. That was supposed to replace a V2 Pro. That was supposed to replace the previous ones. I did try V2 Pro, and it does perform a little bit better, I think. But yeah, I haven't actually used GPT Sovets in a little bit of time, so. Okay, so we've got our audio here. Let's take a listen real quick.
The sun rises in the east and sets in the west. This simple fact has been observed by humans for thousands of years.
Oh, okay. Well, that's pretty good. Alrighty.
Tea parties are a must for the well-mannered. If you'd like to learn the proper etiquette, I'd be happy to teach you.
So, reference audio there. Generation.
The sun rises east and sets in the west. This simple fact has been observed by humans for thousands of years.
Okay, interesting. In terms of quality, it's pretty good. It's not bad. Not bad at all. The sun rises in the east and sets in the west. Let's say. Can we add like laughter in here? Oh wait, hold on. No, that's not the right one. This is it here. Let's say something like, ha ha ha. Hey guys. Thanks for tuning in to the YouTube live stream. Hope things aren't too boring out there. Right, let's throw that in there. Yeah, DMO TTS is supposed to I think from the way that DMO Speech 2 was described, the training for it uses F5 TTS as the teacher model, and distills its prediction capabilities onto a student model, but that student model and then combined together, the teacher and then student model is able to output better than F5 TTS, but it's much faster, something like that. And it's fairly good, but there isn't a fine-tuning thing for that yet. Yeah, the emotion stuff, with like the laughter that GPT Sovets can do is fairly good. I want to know how they annotated their data. Everything is data annotation, so. Any chance be able to get this repo so we can tinker with it locally? This one right here, the Higs audio repo, yeah, maybe I'll push it. Should I push it? I think I can push it. Well, I should be able to push it. So, yeah, I should be able to push it so that you guys can use it. But, oh, here, let's see what this generation sounds like.
Hey guys! Thanks for tuning in to the YouTube live stream. I hope things aren't too boring out there.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Sounds kind of weird in the beginning.
Hey guys.
Sounds kind of interesting there in the beginning. I like how this ends.
The YouTube live stream. I hope things aren't too boring out there.
It has a little bit of variation in the output, so I think this model's got a lot of potential. I think we've got a lot of potential here. Yeah. Now the laughter. I think we are able to use different tags inside of here, like the descriptions. Like there's got to be a better way to prompt this that I'm probably missing somewhere by scrolling too fast into areas.
Freaking.
Oh, like laugh. Can I do the square tags? Shoot, CLS. The laughs. I don't know if like this laughs will work here if I send that in there. But yeah, 3 to 4 seconds of generation time for 7 to 8 seconds of audio is not too bad. Not too bad. If this model can be chunked out and we can convert audio tokens into what is it? Mel spectros? If we can convert the audio tokens real time by chunking, then we should be able to get like the first chunk back in like a second or something like that. Yeah, I added the laugh to it, so let's take a listen.
Hey guys. Thanks for tuning in to the YouTube live stream. I hope things aren't too boring out there.
Interesting. It missed it there, but I think there's something that I'm just missing on this generation. Yeah, Sesame. I am a little disappointed in the Sesame launch. Like it's what is it? I wouldn't say it's terrible, but it wasn't good. Okay. Let's see, audio tokenizer, let's see, tokens, transcripts. Scene prompt. Okay, so we can take these scene prompts, throw these into here. Oh yeah, for small generations, F5, it doesn't like small generations. It generally likes a little bit more context, so yeah, that's one weakness with F5. It's also kind of a weakness with my audiobook maker. I need to re-implement some type of chunking mechanism into the script. I previously had a chunking mechanism, but I didn't like how it was creating sentences, so I need to re-implement that system back in a better fashion, so that we can get things going a little bit better in there. Able to make it sound less like an actor script. Elaborate a little bit on what you mean by that. I don't think we'll be able to figure that out in today's stream, but it seems like this model is going to require a lot of playing around with. Audio is recorded in a quiet room. The speaker is whispering. I'll say the speaker is whispering here. Let's do this. Oh, yeah, the pauses were a little unnatural. I think there should be ways to limit that. Like I said, the model is similar to Parlor TTS, where we can have a system prompt to direct how it's speaking. I think that's what we have here. So let's see. Let's listen to this here.
Hey guys! Thanks for tuning in to the YouTube live stream. I hope things aren't too boring out there.
Okay, so we have that. Now, I don't know the limit to which we can direct the output. Let's see. Okay, we'll go back to read a little bit more on this.
Are you asking if I can hum a tune? Of course I can. La 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 la. See?
Okay, so glad we had some time to check.
Okay, let's follow this kind of prompt here. And let's say... what's going on there, guys? Are you asking if I can do laughter? Let's go like laugh. Wait, what did it say? Laugh start, laugh end. We'll copy that. Laugh start. Ha 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 ha. Laugh end. Let's do something like that. Nice to catch you live for once. Hey, well, thanks for tuning in. Yeah, this is kind of a spontaneous live, so I'm glad you're able to tune into the chat. I wasn't supposed to stream tonight, but I wanted to check out this model. So I was like, screw it. Let's just throw on an audio or live recording, or let's just live stream it. And here I am. So thank you guys for tuning in. Very much appreciate it. So on the code of for the Gradio demo of this model, that it substitutes the tags for these. Oh, it substitutes tags. Okay, well, we'll take a look, see what we got here. Here's the generation.
What's going on there, guys?
Are you asking if I can do laughter?
What was that?
A start? Ha 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 ha.
What is going on there? We've got two speakers here. Laugh SE. Yeah, there's something that I'm not doing correctly in here. See, speaker. Was that speaker end? SE? Speaker end, laughter, speaker start, laughter, speaker end, humming start. Yeah, something happened here. That I'm not too sure. Cause it to like change speakers mid generation. So like I'm skipping around quite fast here, but there's nothing there's no in-depth tutorial on this, so it's probably going to be a lot of playing around. Okay, hold on. Let me see. So let me see something real quick. Can I do? Okay. Let's try that. I like your suggestion. I think if you want laughter, then you have to do... Is it with the little what are these symbols called? Greater than, less than signals, signs? SE. Oh, at the start of the sentence. Alrighty. Let's try here. I tried just laugh. It didn't work. So I'll try that after. Laughter. Break. Start the sentence. Okay, let's go ahead and generate with that. Out of curiosity, do you normally make videos after work or only at the weekend? I make videos before work or after work, depends. So since I do work a full-time job, it really depends on when my motivation is. If I get home from work and I'm sleepy, I sleep. So yeah, that's why my upload schedule has been kind of whack, TBH, to be honest, because sometimes I just don't have the energy for it. All right, let's see. Let's take a listen to this.
Huh. What's going on there, guys? Are you asking if I can do laughter?
Okay, interesting. That kind of did it. Okay. Can I do like this? Ha ha ha. Because it did like a huh. It did like a humph instead of laughter there. This has a Gradio interface. I am unaware of the Gradio interface. I guess Hugging Face space. Interesting. Yeah, no, Havoc, I'm having a good time with this so far. Like, it seems very, the model is very capable here. Like, it's very capable, so I'm glad to see it. Yeah, no problem, Bigger. Appreciate it. In the code, it doesn't have space between the SE tags. What does SE stand for? Speaker embedding? Let me see. See if I can find it here. For tag replacement in. Replace this with laugh. Is this replace this laughter tag with this one, huh? So if we put laugh in there, it should replace it with this, I think. I think what I did earlier was laughs with an S. Okay, maybe I gotta remove the S. All right, let's take a listen to this. Whoa. 26 seconds for this generation. Something went wrong.
What's going on there, guys? Are you asking if I can do laughter?
Interesting. I don't know what that was. It kind of sounded like a huffing. But let's just replace it with laugh. I think that's what it's doing, right? Laugh. Someone breathing. Tim, there's a fork in the main repo with a web UI included. Oh, really? Alright, let's see. Let's go to the main repo. I'll find it. I'll find it later. Yeah, I've heard a bunch of demonic sounds coming from text-to-speech. It's just a part of it. Yeah. I'm used to it. Alright, let's see.
What's going on there, guys? Are you asking if I can do laughter?
Okay, interesting. Did you guys hear that at the end? We got like a microphone call.
Guys, are you asking if I can do laughter?
Weird. Okay. It did like a heh there. And it is replacing the speech as according to this area. Okay. I can see. I don't know what SE stands for. Speaker embedding or speech embedding or something. Let's try to do it with sing start, sing end. Sing start. Right. Sing start. Let's do sing end. Okay. Oh, there goes my camera. What in the world? I am gone. Here, let me put in a new battery. Okay, I'm back. Alright, let's take a listen to this.
What's going on there, guys? Are you asking if I can do laughter?
Interesting. Didn't really get it there, but yeah, it looks like there are some non-verbal tags that we can use in here. Let's see if there's anything else. Laugh. Okay, I wonder what their tokenizer looks like. Probably give us. Let's see. Oh yeah, I did see they have a Shrek example. The example I'm using right now is it's the Frodino one, so they don't have it in there in the data here. So, what was I doing here? Higs audio. I want to look at their tokenizer. Oh, here it is. Oh. Okay. It's probably hidden in here somewhere in the Python files, which I'm not gonna go through on stream here. I was like, with every single text-to-speech model, there's some type of tokenizer with a vocab that you can kind of figure out how it's doing text tokenization. So I think it's got to be doing the same thing here too. But somebody said that there is a Gradio web UI. There's a fork in the main repo with a web UI included. So let's take a look to see if we can find that fork. Oh, here's their tokenizer. 25 frames. Okay. I'm gonna have to read this off stream to understand it a little bit better so I can break it down. This Higs Audio Web UI. Oh yeah, no, I'm using a ton of GPU memory here. It's huge. Yeah, I'm at like 19 gigs used out of 24, but I'm also using 4 to stream. That's this one, huh? Okay.
Artificial intelligence.
Ah, my ears. All right, let's take. Holy ginormous web UI. $2,000 lines of code. That's a lot of lines of code. I was like, this GUI, I think, was made with Claude Code. It's got the emojis at the beginning of all of these print statements. Claude Code loves to add emojis. Okay, well, there's a lot of good stuff in here. I'll probably take a look at this off stream and give it a go and see how it is, or just make one. So I like to make them to understand things a little bit better. Alrighty, let's go back on over into the main repository. Show you. Hey Jeremy, thank you for tuning in. Doing AI voice cloning TTS to help with speech disorder. And you're trying to find AI voice clone text-to-speech that has good emotion and intonation. Well, I can let you know that the area it's not a solved issue or anything like that. It's still being actively developed. I'd say this one seems to be promising in terms of quality. But I'll need to give it a more thorough shakedown to see. Fish speech is good. GPT Sovitz is good as well. The hard part is just finding like what's suitable for you, case by case basis. So at the current moment, the best that I have come across are commercial solutions. Like I think 11 Labs V3 model, I think that is probably the most controllable expressive model out there, but I'm pretty sure it's expensive. But I think we're coming up close on open source models, so we'll just have to wait for that. But yeah, I would say try this one out. See how I can't even speak. See how Higs audio is for you. Fish speech, yeah. Auto transcriptions for clone voices via whisper. So yeah, so you don't have to make your transcription for it. I think that's good. That's a good little add-on to there. I was like, yeah, like generally pretty efficient at making graduate interfaces, but let me go ahead and like this is a very quickly scrapped up repo, not repo. Yeah, UV repo. So let me Epibox, let me delete my virtual environment here and set it up, and then I'm gonna push it to my repo, and then you should be able to just run you should be able to just clone it, UV sync, and it should work. But first I have to clone this repo, Higs audio. Fork, Higs audio. And then I think, yeah, I will be wrapping it up there, because I've got some things to do. All right, let me set this up. Right, get ignore. I'm gonna get ignore. Oh my god, a lot of stuff here. Get ignore personal. I'll push those. Project. I'm not too certain what this Pi project toml is for. And we're just gonna delete this. Delete. Python version, yes. Generation. Don't need generation wave. Get ignore generation dot wave. Output dot wave. Okay, so we should be able to do that. Get status. Yeah, UV is a package management. I would get used to using UV. I find it's very useful. It's also very easy to install. UV installation Astral. So just hop over here and install UV onto your computer, and then you should be able to just use like. I'll show you how you can set it up real quick. Once I get it all pushed up. Yeah. Unfortunately, yeah, Jeremy, 11 Labs is pretty expensive, so but they are the best in the area, I would say, just because they have so much more resources for it. Open source is coming up, but not entirely. Okay. Let me say, I think get remote. I get remote Is it set upstream? Okay. Get remote add upstream branch. Get remote v. Okay. CLS get status. Let's see, get add, get ignore, get add dot get ignore pi project, get status, get add, Python generation main scene test UV lock, and then voice prompts. I'll push those all. Oh wait, I'm not gonna push Farina. I'll change this later so that I don't have to specify Farina here. Ooh, if that's the case, Tim, I'll have to try it out. The V3 version of 11 Labs is very controllable, so I think we're moving towards more controllable text-to-speech. So if we have that level of controllability here, I am excited to play more around with this this model. So get add dot get ignore, I get restore, voice prompts Farina. Voice prompts, Farina, get status. Oops, shoot. Get restore. Staged. Get status. Okay, I think that's it. Get commit. Add files and UV. Get push. Ah shit, I forget which one this one. Upstream. Get push help. Shit. I forget. I forgot how to get pushed to remote upstream here. How do this? Okay. Okay, cool. So we can get push upstream. We'll do main, or I think that's called main. Hey, really? Oh, that's good to hear. I was like, every model has its purpose. I think we always need a text-to-speech model that can reach the highest of quality of audio, the best type of audio, even if it's not that consistent, because we could just generate multiple times offline. And then we need a model that's very consistent. So like models like Style TTS have been very consistent and very fast. So I think we need a good mix of both. Alrighty, so Epibox, you still there? Yeah, definitely. If the more this model is like, I guess played around with, if we can find it to, if we can make it more consistent, that'd be pretty nice. GitHub.com/ Okay, but let me try to set this up real quick. So ideally, we should be able to just pull this repository, and then just do UV sync to sync everything up in here. So I'm just gonna do it inside of this Higs audio folder I already have. So we could do git clone here. It's gonna download a bunch of audio files. And then we can cd into Higs, and I'm just gonna open this up in cursor. In the cursor reception here, I'm opening it up in cursor to another cursor browser. Alright, so here's a fresh repo. And we could just do a CLS UV sync. Okay, so we should be, for anyone that's been watching for the past couple of minutes, we should be able to just get this going by git cloning, changing your directory into the directory, or changing your directory into Higs audio, and then running UV sync to get all of the packages installed. So that should be good enough to go. And then, yeah, all we need to do now is just run a command for it. So we'll do UV run. We'll type in generate generation. What else do we need? We need some of this stuff here. Okay, so we could do transcript. Do the transcription here. Just whatever text we want. And then we do reference audio. We'll do Belinda because that's provided with the repo. Temperature 0.3, and then out path generation.wave. So that literally should be it, which is why I like UV. You can just reinstall a virtual environment pretty much effortlessly elsewhere. And there are hiccups with UV, like PyTorch was a pain in the butt to get going, but I figured out how to do that already. So yeah, you do this sourcing and optional dependencies, and then true for explicit. So, but yeah, no, this should be good to go for you. And then I need to get my models in here so it doesn't download. Oh, I was like, I think my models might be actually just cached inside of my local Hugging Face cache directory, which I normally don't like to do, but sure. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, yeah, everything is cached inside of my .cache Hugging Face folder, so I don't actually need to re-download these checkpoints here. But for you, yeah, you'll incur quite a decent amount of file size when downloading. And there we go. It is done.
The sun rises in the east and sets in the west. This simple fact has been observed by humans for thousands of years.
Okay, so there we go. That is the beauty of UV. I really love how easy it is to get up and going. It's better than virtual environment, which is how I've set up everything in the past, and it's better than Conda, I think. But you know, I think there's some other stuff with Conda that is not provided with UV, but I never really use them, like some machine learning stuff. Qtie TTS. Anyone look at Qtie? They're the ones who do Moshi, right? Qtie Moshi. Qtie Moshi. I have looked at them, but I haven't given them a look recently. I thought they released like a small version of their model. But yeah, I never really got into it, so yeah. Cute. Yeah, never really got too into it, so let's see. Oh, daddy. But yes, Sunshine, you are still on top. I don't know how this top fans things works for YouTube, but now it's interesting that they added it. Yeah, Qtai. Yeah, I don't know. Some people say it's good. Some people say it's not. I think they're fine. I mean, examples I've heard from them is good. It's just there's so much that has been released. That it's hard to keep up with all of these things. But yeah, like, let's see. What is interest for this is that it should be a full text to speech and speech to speech, and also voice detection. Yeah. So, well. We've got a lot in the space. We got a lot in the space. I'm excited to see more things being released in this space for sure. I mean, it gets us closer and closer to that realistic audio. I think Chips Ahoy that the top fans is literally what is it? It's per live stream, I think. It's per live stream. So you've got a chance on another live stream. Yeah, it's per live stream, I think, for the points. Hey, you also get more points by sending super chats. So if anyone wants to send super chats, you know, that's up to you. But I'm just kidding. You guys don't have to. Yeah, it was something I think it's like, it kind of reminds me of like Twitch, right? Twitch has something similar. Twitch has something similar to that. But yeah, it's already 10:30 p.m. where I'm located at, so I think I'm gonna be wrapping it up here. This is turning out, Higs audio is turning out to be pretty unique, pretty interesting, and I'm kind of excited to play around with this a little bit more, if we're able to. I'm gonna close out of this. Go into the other one. Okay, so yeah, I've pushed the UV stuff to my GitHub. So if you guys want to go over into the GitHub fork for it, just git clone, change directory into Higs audio, and then UV sync. That should get all of the requirements for you installed as per needed. I did run into a Numba issue earlier, which requires less than Python 3.10, but you can get around that by just specifying a more recent version of Numba. So do note that. Oh, by the way, you should try the multi-speaker generations when you get the chance. The model can use the context of the past lines to make the ones later sound more natural. Okay, well, I'll have to check that out. Yeah, I'll definitely have to check that out. There's a lot of parameters that looks like we can pass here, and there's a lot of pre-processing for the text. Just the fact that there's all these different system prompts and stuff like this is pretty interesting. So yeah, I'll have to figure out how that works. It really reminds me of sending messages to LLMs, which this is literally just an LLM like that they're running, like the same prompting as well, it seems like. So that's kind of unique. It's not hidden. Or it's not like the other text-to-speech systems, so yeah. But yeah, definitely. Thank you guys for tuning in. Maybe I'll stream next weekend, but we'll see. You know what's funny is more people tuned in to this spontaneous 8:30 p.m. live stream than they did on my ones at what 11 a.m. My time. Probably because, the weekdays there's less people, more people are at work at that time. So, alrighty, well, thank you guys for tuning in to today's live stream. This is going to be the end of it. Also, I don't know if you guys have kept up with my other projects that I've been working on. I am doing like this VTuber, this Neurosama VTuber replica. So that's what I actively will be working on. This was kind of just a live stream, a spontaneous live stream going over a text-to-speech system that I found to be interesting, and people recommended it. So yeah. Well, I'll see you guys in a future live stream, and everyone have a good rest of your day, night, evening, morning, whatever it is, and hope to catch you guys soon.